Hello my friends, it's been a long time since I put together a video, but better late than never, right? For those of you that don't know me, I'm Wolf at Fat Daddy for Fun, and this is an untagged my two favorite knives video. That's right, I said untagged. No one tagged me. I guess they forgot about me. That's what happens when you don't make a video for a while. They forget you. Plus I'm just a little guy, you know. I got 230 something subscribers, and I'm not up there with the big boys, but I like knives just the same, so I am responding, and I'm going to show you my two favorite knives. Now those of you that know me and watch my videos know that I do not subscribe to that one perfect knife myth. Okay, I believe in a knife system. You might have your ED system and you might enhance it with something a little more aggressive for the outdoors. In any case, I'm going to show you what my two favorite knives are. Now, I want to start with this knife here. This is the Schrade Extreme Survival, and it came in a Smith & Wesson box. So I'm not sure whether or not this knife was made for Smith & Wesson, but it's obviously a Chris Reeves knockoff. And I'm telling you, this knife weighs a pound, and it's heavy. And I love this knife. It's a 1/4 inch thick. I've had this knife for some time, and it's been through thick and thin with me, and I've just retired it. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that I can throw this knife pretty accurately, you know, 25 to 30 feet. And you know, about 30 feet and the guesswork kind of kicks in. But I'm pretty good at throwing this blade, and I just retired it, so I'm going to take this out of the mix. Now these are basically going to be my EDC selection, and I don't carry Bali knives in my EDC. I just don't. I think even though they're way cool and I'm just learning them, Jeff at Cutlery Lover kind of got me started on this, and I don't know if I'm ever going to get good at flipping these things, but it's darn good therapy. I pass a lot of time flipping these knives around, so but they're not my choice for EDC. They're a little aggressive where law enforcement's concerned. They're going to be frowned upon where, you know, a pocket knife wouldn't be. Now we're going to talk about pocket knives. This is the little knife that I've had forever. I don't even know who makes it, and it's always been in my pocket. And once again, I've retired this knife in favor of a knife just a little larger, and that's a SOG Flash 1. And this has been a remarkable little blade. It deploys very fast, and stays razor sharp, and I've really come to depend on this knife for a number of things. But this is always in my left pocket, and I might slide a few dollar bills up in here where this clip is, but this is the knife that I keep in my left pocket all the time. This little son of a gun I picked up from my daughter, and one of these days she's going to come down here and get it. If I can, you know how girls are nowadays, teenagers, and if I can ever get her interested in being self-prepared and self-reliant and being able to function in the outdoors just as good as she can, you know, indoors in front of a video game, then I'm gonna hook her up with that knife to begin with, and then we'll move into something a little more professional. But still, this is not my favorite knife. I guess you can tell we're going to get down to my two favorite knives by the process of elimination. I hope that's okay. I just wanted to show you a few of the blades I have. Now these knives are larger, and as you can tell, there's some tomahawks involved in this too. I've had this tomahawk for a long time. I can throw it very proficiently. I've since replaced it with this one. I'm still learning how to throw this one. And I'm not having a whole lot of luck with it. I don't know if you can tell how long this handle is from this video, but it's quite a long handle, and it's an entirely different throwing experience. Where this, man, this is like an extension of my arm. My 8-year-old son used to grab a stick that'd be about 10 inches long, 10, 12 inches long, and he would hold it out horizontally against a tree, and I would throw this thing from about 15 feet and cut that stick in half. That used to impress him to no end. He would just giggle and laugh, and I got a pretty good charge out of it too. Of course, all my wife could think about was me lopping his hand off, but we weren't going to ever let that happen. But alas, this is not one of my favorite cutting items either, even though it isn't a knife. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out of the mix too. All I have left now are knives. Now this one here, this is the Ka-Bar Warthog. This son of a gun is so sharp I really have to be careful handling this thing. Now I haven't given this knife a whole lot of field use, but I knew after, you know, a few weeks with it that this was not the knife that I was looking for to replace the others. I used to carry this knife quite a bit, tucked away inside a boot or strapped to it underneath the pant leg. But as sharp as this knife is and as much use as I got out of it, this is not one of my favorite knives either. I don't carry it anymore either. Y'all know how I feel about the BK2. This is my survival knife. I don't go anywhere without this knife. This knife is within 10 feet of me at all times. It goes in my EDC bag, and my bag goes with me everywhere. But this knife isn't on my person all the time. But I understand that's not one of the prerequisites anyways. It's just asking for my favorite knives. The SOG Salute. This bad boy is with me all the time. It's on my right pocket, clipped on the inside. And it's a constant friend. I never go anywhere without this knife. This is with me always. Now this is the SOG Power Assist. And this knife is also attached to my EDC bag and goes everywhere I go. Now it's just a couple of feet away from me right now, and it's a couple of feet away from me at work. So this knife is always right at hand for the most part. Some people might not consider a multi-tool a knife, but this has been very reliable and very sharp. And what I also like about it is it's very customizable. Over here in your tool department, I replaced that silly hook cutter and got a nice double row saw. And and man, I really like this. This is the Ka-Bar 14-inch large bowie, and I picked this knife up after I saw Nut and Fancy do a video on it, and it's a 1/4 inch wide, and this is a chopping, hacking son of a gun right here, and the handle is super comfortable. It's made for a large hand, and this is a really good knife. I'm constantly in search of the perfect survival knife for knives or knife system, and though I had this employed in part of my system for a long time, I did retire this knife in favor of the Ka-Bar BK9. This thing is heavy from the handle all the way to the tip. It's a 1/4 inch thick, and this is a monster of a chopper. And this goes on my leg, Daniel Boone style, and I have the sheath sewn directly to a set of gaiters. And of course, you know, with the BK9 comes the BK13. It fits right down inside the sheath too. And I haven't given this knife a lot of use. I've even thought about making a neck knife out of this knife. Now, I was watching one of Roz's videos at Roscoe BA. She was preparing a little dinner, and she was talking about her 2 favorite knives, and one of them had never seen the light of day. And that's where this knife comes in. This absolutely, hands down, would have been one of my favorite knives. I kept this knife wrapped in an Indian wool blanket in its sheath, hidden away in a drawer, and it never came out unless I was showing it to someone. I just absolutely loved this knife. Unfortunately, somebody stole it from me, one of the people that moved me. The last move I made, I hired a few guys. Instead of hiring professional movers, I went down to the unemployment agency where I knew guys needed a few bucks, and I paid them top dollar wages, and 3 guys to help me move, and one of them lifted this knife. And it's a custom made knife by Ryder, and if you ever see this knife out there, you'll know that it belongs to Wolf, because there's only one of these. If that guy that stole it from me is watching, I just want him to know that I forgive him. But I think it's also prudent to tell him that the Lord is a personal friend of mine, and there's probably going to be consequences for his actions. But I do forgive the guy. I know he probably needs the money. He probably pawned it, and I'll miss the knife, but maybe I wasn't meant to have it. But that would have been absolutely one of my favorite knives, hands down. So now it's going to be one of these. And I'll tell you now, it's not the Ka-Bar Big Bowie. It's not my daughter's knife, even though that kind of has sentimental value. It's not the BK13. Cool little knife, but absolutely not one of my favorites. It's not going to be the Ka-Bar Warthog either. That's a good knife. Razor sharp. You can shave with that knife. This one has an enormous amount of sentimental value to me, but still, it is not one of my favorite knives. You also have to consider, what kind of criteria do you use to for picking your favorite knife. Is it like the weight, how it feels in your hand? There's a lot of different things that you can consider before you can conclude what exactly is your favorite knife. This one is with me. I rely on this knife more than any other knife I have. I absolutely cut food up with this knife. And this chopper. This is one of my favorite knives, but it is also not one of my favorite 2 knives. I love the way this thing feels batoning wood. You can absolutely whack a limb off in one motion. I've batoned cedar easily without ever having to pound on the top of the blade. I just come right down on the log and it splits it right in half. This is an awesome, awesome knife. Ka-Bar BK9. I'm an advocate. But alas, that is not one of my favorite two knives. Now we're down to a few of my EDC blades, I guess, and this old one that I retired. And I love that BK2. Man, I swear by that knife. Many people turned me on to that knife, but I think it was Adam at Equip to Endure who finally convinced me to get that knife. And he's about gotten me convinced to buy that leather sheath from Hedgehog Leather Works.
Hey guys, Adam at Equip to Endure. Well, we're here at the E2E Proving Grounds. We're getting ready for a training event we have scheduled this weekend. But I just got in the mail something great. My Becker BK2 Hedgehog Leather Works sheath. Very excited about this. So here we go, guys. Piece of art. Awesome stuff. You guys notice the fire starter.
But again, as much as I love that BK, it is not one of my favorite pair of knives. I do love this knife though, but it's not one of my two favorites. Ooh man, we're down to 3 knives. The old thrower survival knife I used to have, and 2 SOGs. Out of these 3, I can only pick 2. And I gotta tell you, as much as I love that little flash and how much it's been in my hand and how much I use it and depend on it every day, this is not one of them. These are my 2 favorite knives. And obviously with the SOG, it's just a matter of function. This thing can just do everything. I mean, you know, it's just an amazing piece of engineering. These jaws squeeze tighter than all the other brands do. Leatherman, none of them have the compression power that these jaws do. And of course, what I really like about the attachments and the fold out blades and everything is you can completely customize that yourself and get whatever blades you want for it. You're not stuck with what it comes with. Now, as far as the old Schrade survival knife, I tell you what, it's just a matter of comfort. It's a matter of reliability. To some degree, it's a matter of love of a knife. I mean, me and this knife have been together through lots and lots of stuff. We've crawled underground together. We've crawled up in trees and over mountains and rock climbing and camped that knife. This was a general, all-purpose, had it on me all the time knife. Even when I went to work, I had it in its scabbard stuffed in the back of my pants. I didn't often wear it on a belt. Like I said, I just kind of stabbed it in the back of my pants and carried it in the middle of my back. But me and that knife have been together through thick and thin, and it is one of my favorite knives. Even though I have knives that are better than this, better quality, and I never really did get used to this serration here. This is one of the reasons I replaced this knife. Me and this knife have been through thick and thin, and that's why it is one of my favorites. And of course, the SOG Power Assist, you know, what can you say? What a feat of engineering. Yeah, now that's going to be the SOG Power Assist and the Schrade Extreme Survival, and I believe the number is SCH3, SCHF3. That's a hard knife to find actually, but those are going to be my 2 favorite knives, and I sure appreciate y'all checking out my video. I'm just a little guy here on YouTube, but I got 2 favorite knives, and I'd like to see your 2 favorite knives. So I'm not even going to tag anybody particular, you know. Just make a response and show me what your 2 favorite knives are. I'm really interested to see. Oh man, y'all are just in time. Oh yeah. Y'all remember this? Oh yeah. Where's Quint's knife? Look at it. You can see the gums on that shark. Oh, dude's got a handgun. Where's your survival knife, Quint? What a shame. Oh, he's got a knife. He just doesn't know how to use it. I'd have cut the teeth out of that shark. Gnarly. Man, I'll tell you what, guys. If I'd been there with that shark, he'd have a Michael Jackson nose. He'd need dentures and a CNI dog when I was done with him. Once again, thanks for checking out my video, and I look forward to seeing yours. And as Adam at Equipped to Endure would say, if you're not always prepared, you're screwed. No, wait a minute, that's me that says that. Take care, guys. Damn, who says that? Okay, guys, take care, and remember, if you're a God-fearing American, I've got your six.